Hey Ben. What's up? Oops, excuse me.
Hey, that's gross. Not too much is up, just on my way to class. Hey, I was wondering, how can you see with your hair covering the entire right side of your face?
I actually can't see a thing. It feels like I am wearing an eye patch. But that is the price you pay for fashion. It's really annoying. I can't see shit. Anyway, what class do you have tonight?
Principles of Management with Austin Anderson. He's a great guy when he's asleep.
No way. What are you doing in class?
Tonight I have to present something about motivation of Generation Y workers.
That sounds pretty stupid. Do you know what you're going to present?
Not a clue.
Well, maybe you could just get up there in front of the class and speak about the Generation Y workforce. It can't be too hard. After all, you are Generation Y.
Yeah, I know. I just hate presenting in general. I just want to say to this whole presentation.
Well, what do you know about Generation Y? Spit some knowledge my way.
Well, I know they are looked down upon by Generation X. They think that we have short attention spans, are spoiled, disrespectful, possess a poor work ethic, have little respect for authority, not committed to work, have overinflated expectations, self-centered, technology-dependent, and so on and so forth. While some of these characteristics have some truth behind them, some of them are merely falsified perceptions. I would say that we are more fast-paced, multitasking, fun-seeking, and technology-savvy. Regardless, it is what it is, and employers must learn to adapt to Generation Y, because we are the future.
Really?
Yup. I guess I get where they are coming from. Generation X sees us with our cell phones, our lingo, etc., and that makes them nervous about our presence. At times we are essentially viewed as from another world with what we know, and how we conduct ourselves. This nervousness does not allow for the gap to be bridged very easily, because they hold predispositions about who we are, and what we are all about. Same goes for the opposite of this. We know Gen X as a specific person, that is a specific way, and go into the relationship as, I'll look at my old nerdy boss who doesn't know anything. We must both learn how to understand where one another is coming from to make this relationship work to its maximum potential.
Well, at least you understand where they are coming from. Gen Y must display a level of maturity regarding this matter, and do their best to adapt to Gen X as well, being that they are still plentiful in the workforce. Gen Y and Gen X need to be willing to cooperate and meet each other halfway.
Spot on. My boss just can't keep us motivated. I always find myself wondering why. Am I breaking my back for this chump?
Well, what motivates our generation?
We want to know that what we are doing matters, so that it does not feel like a waste of time and energy. If we feel as though our job is nothing more than busy work, we will move on to something that feels more meaningful. Also, we want our managers to be open and truthful with us. Being kept in the dark is something a Gen Y cannot stand. We also would like explanations if we are uncertain as to why we are performing a specific task, and we want more response than, because I told you to.
Totally agree. As a Gen Y myself, I want to be able to communicate well with my superiors. We have a language that is much different than previous generations. It is hard trying to communicate with an old school boss who views you as ignorant if you do not use proper terminology and mannerism. So another motivating factor would be a manager who is living in the current decade and is easy to talk to. Gen Y is always looking for rewards and pats on the back. Praise our hard work publicly, and we will break our backs for you as our manager. Clear goals every step of the way with immediate feedback is important to keep a Gen Y on task. If we are constantly getting good feedback, we will feel more confident and be more productive. On the contrary, if we are constantly receiving negative but constructive feedback, that will hurt our ego and we will adjust our work until we are praised.
There has to be a healthy balance between challenges given to us by our managers and our set of skills. Throwing a challenge at somebody who does not possess the necessary skills can be detrimental to the ultimate goal. It causes anxiety for the worker and can prevent learning and motivation. On the other hand, not enough challenge given the skill level leads to boredom and low spirits.
Gross Ben. So to keep us motivated and lower the company's turnover rate, we want to hear what a company will do for us, feed us entrepreneurialism, reward us intelligently, show us how we are making a difference, flatter us, and be negotiable and reasonable. Also helping us to expand and grow even outside of work is a large motivator. Once we are out in the working world, we are ambitious to grow intellectually and partake in extracurricular opportunities that we took for granted in school. Facilitating our continuing education and hobbies goes a long way toward keeping us happy.
See, it seems so simple, but for some reason Generation X is impossible to deal with. The entire working world does not have to bend to the preferences of Generation Y. However, smart organizations and managers will find a way to improve Gen Y's talents and help us grow into successful industrious professionals who add great value to an organization.
Well Ben, I have to get going. But this has been a great chat. I would not worry about your presentation tonight. Just speak to the class the same way that you and I just spoke and you should be just fine.
Wow, really? Thanks, Sarah. Now I don't feel so nervous. I will see you around.